Assalamualaikum everyone, this is Jannatu Sakria Khondokar and today I'm gonna present a research paper which I'm gonna work on. The presentation's title is Arabic Toxic Tweet Classification Leveraging the AraBERT Model. And before starting, let's give a look on the presentation that what this topic is all about. So yeah, as we can see, um, the presentation is about social media platforms and their negative speeches. Like, we know that social media platforms have emerged as the principal channels for information sharing and communication, obviously, so enabling users to engage in interactive conversations. Regretfully, hate speech and insults are among the offensive and harmful content that is shared on these platforms. In this research paper, the authors really tried to make something make a data set which will help to uh, find out the toxic and non-toxic words that they use in social media. We have divided this presentation into three parts. Number one is summary, and then we are going to talk about the limitation, and then lastly we are going to conclude the presentation with synthesis. So in summary, let's have a look on the motivation of the paper, which is the authors aim to address the problem of toxic content in Arabic social media platforms, which can cause online abuse and harassment. And we know, like, hate speech and insults are among the offensive and harmful content that is shared on these platforms. They noted that most existing studies focus on the English language and do not consider the linguistic and cultural diversity of Arabic. By creating a standardized Arabic dataset, especially for the classification of toxic traits, this study fills this gap. With the help of three linguistic and native Arabic speakers, Google's Perspective API is automatically used to annotate the dataset. We use 7 models in a series of experiments to compare the performance of the models. So then we can see that there are like some contributions in this research paper. So they construct a novel dataset of 31,836 Arabic tweets annotated as toxic or non-toxic using Google's Perspective and the expertise of 3 native Arabic speakers and linguists. And then they conduct a series of experiments using 7 models, which I have mentioned in my presentation here. And then they demonstrate that the fine-tuned AraBERT model outperforms better than other models, achieving an accuracy of 0.9960%. And they also show that their accuracy value surpasses similar approaches reported in recent literature. And lastly, the field of Arabic toxic tweet classification is advancement, highlighting the importance of addressing toxicity in social media platforms while considering diverse languages and culture. So then comes the methodology, where we have uh, three opinions. One is dataset creation, second one is pre-processing, and third one is classification. So in dataset creation phase, they collect Arabic tweets containing words from a list of toxic keywords and filter them using Google's Perspective, and then they manually annotate the tweets as toxic or non-toxic ones with the 3 experts. In this second phase, that means pre-processing phase, they clean, normalize, and remove stop words from the tweets. And in the last classification phase, they train and fine-tune different models using the pre-processed tweets as features and the corresponding levels as targets. They calculate and compare the performance metrics of each model, such as accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. And in the conclusion part, the authors conclude that their proposed dataset is a valuable resource for Arabic toxic tweet classification, and that their fine-tuned AraBERT model is the most effective in identifying toxic content in Arabic tweets. And then we are going to talk about the limitations. We have 2 limitations, and one is about dataset size and diversity, and the second limitation is about model generalization and interpretability. So in dataset size and diversity, the authors acknowledge that their dataset is relatively small compared to other datasets, and they also note that their dataset may not cover all the variations of Arabic language and culture, as it is not mainly based on a list of toxic keywords and filtered by Google's perspective, which may not capture all the aspects of toxicity. And in the second limitation, the authors admit that their fine-tuned AraBERT model may not generalize well to other domains and tasks at it is tailored to their specific dataset and task. They also point out that their model may not be easily interpretable as it is based on a complex neural network architecture that relies on attention mechanisms and hidden layers. And lastly, there is a synthesis part. In the synthesis part, the paper provides a valuable resource for researchers and practitioners interested in studying and combating toxic content in Arabic social media and platforms, as it offers a standardized and publicly accessible dataset. And in the next part, we can see that the paper contributes to the advancement of Arabic NLP, which is also a very great movement for Arabs also, as it demonstrates the superiority of the AraBERT model, which is pre-trained language model specifically designed for Arabic texts and dialects. And then the paper opens up new avenues for further research and development in the field of toxic content detection and prevention, as it suggests possible ways to improve the quality and diversity of the dataset. Any language can be used here other than Arabic toxic traits. So yeah, it's a good one for any language and any sort of work. So yeah, that's all from me. Thank you everyone.